in office forever. I mean, longer than I've been alive.
Long time, yeah.
So what made you want to do that?
Um, my drive to help Philadelphia's residents and neighborhoods. So I'm a city planner.
Okay.
So I've been working for the past 15 years in nonprofits, and I've been leading nonprofits that have been focused on improving, our neighborhoods. And so I've had wonderful experiences and opportunities in the nonprofit sector, but I think our district council members in particular have such a wonderful opportunity to help people and to help neighborhoods. And that's where I want to be.
Okay, yeah. Cool. So now, I know you heard this when you first started.
Okay.
Or you don't have the experience. You're not going to win. It's impossible. I was reading somewhere, I think I was on Twitter, and I saw one gentleman said, when he went down 60th Street, all he saw was your opponent's signs everywhere, all up and down the street. And so I know that had to do something to you. I mean, how did you feel about when you keep hearing stuff like that? Oh, you don't have the experience. You're not going to be able to do this. You're not going to be able to do that. How did you overcome that?
Sure. Well, not having the experience piece, that's just not true. So I knew coming into this that I had the experience. As a city planner, I've been doing neighborhood work for a long time. I've worked in affordable housing. So I worked for an organization called LISC, where I was directing funding towards the development of hundreds of units of affordable housing, and towards the revitalization of neighborhood business corridors. I led the Sustainable Business Network for 4 years, where I helped small businesses to start and to grow and to be good citizens in the community. I also led the Fairmount Park Conservancy, which is an organization that works to improve our public park system and works to bring more resources and volunteers into the park system. So I've led multi-million-dollar organizations. I've had dozens of people work for me. I've done a lot of neighborhood work that's been my whole career, so I knew I had the experience.
Got you. Good.
In terms of things like signs, right, and going up against an incumbent. So I knew coming into this race that it was going to be a challenge. I mean, clearly, Councilwoman Blackwell has been in the position for 27 years. Her late husband held the position before her. So I was going up against, her history and her name recognition. And I knew that would be a challenge. But my approach and the approach of my campaign was to talk directly to voters. We spent months knocking on people's doors and listening to them, listening to the things that they wanted to see happen in their neighborhoods. Those direct conversations with voters are more powerful than a sign could ever be. Seeing signs on 60th Street wasn't an indication to me that we didn't have a shot at this, because I knew what I was hearing from real people.
Exactly. I agree. And it was a term that was used when you won, and I loved it. I almost went outside and ran around my house when I heard it. It was generational change. Man, oh my goodness. That to me is a powerful statement, because a lot of younger people, they don't want to get involved. They feel, like some people would say, hey man, she's been in office forever. There is no way I could do this. Because I know there's a lot of people, especially younger people, who may want to run for office or want to run for student government or anything where they can have a bigger voice. But that generational change, I think, needs to happen not only just everywhere, city politics, unions, everywhere, because the younger generation is the next generation.
I believe you're absolutely
right.
And
in our local, in our union, there is a lot of younger members that just was hired. And they live in your district. A lot of
That's
members.
Great.
And because a lot of the older members, because I talk to them, they have a relationship with Miss Blackwell. They don't really know you. So what message would you have for all those members that live in your district, especially some of the older members that have been there a long time, who may not know you personally or have seen you? What message would you have for them?
Sure. The message would be, I want to get to know you. My whole approach in the nonprofit world as a city planner has been about transparency and engagement, robust resident engagement. As a council person, I see myself as a partner in bringing residents to the table and empowering them to shape and push forward the vision for their neighborhoods. So I want to build those relationships. I want to hear from people about what they want to see in the community. And I see myself as a partner in helping them to bring that to life. So I very much look forward to meeting the younger members and meeting the more senior members and to working together to get some stuff done.
Sounds good. So y'all heard that, you know, she wants to, you know, build those relationships. So she wants to have those conversations with you guys. And I know you guys, you know, you talked to me about this interview we was going to have because, hey, a lot of them say, hey, man, you know, I don't really know her. I know Blackwell for years. She did this. And I said, I understand that, but you got to give change a chance.
Yeah.
You have to.
Thank you for that.
You have to give change a chance. I mean, you have to. That's what America's all about. The underdog. Not saying you was an underdog. But
I was an underdog.
Well, I mean, you know what? I saw.
Sometimes the underdog wins. Though.
You're right. Now I saw this clip of you, and I think you was outside somewhere.
Yeah.
And they told you that they had called them. You was like, oh, they did. And
you know. Yes, I was with my son. Right. Yes.
And you was like shocked that you won. And I saw this same thing with what's that lady name? Ayanna Presley from Massachusetts.
Yes,
she was the same.
Race,
she was the same thing. You know, she was sitting there, and they came up to her and said, "Hey, you know, you won." And she said, "What?"
Yeah.
Because that guy, I think he's been in the office for forever too.
Yeah.
So it's just good to see that, you know, young people, everybody is getting involved.
Yeah.
And not just sitting back and saying, "Hey, you know, we're just gonna let these things keep happening."
That's what it's about. Yeah.
You got to get involved.
Yeah.
And for our situation here at our local, we're going up against some of the same situations.
Okay.
We got a long-term incumbents.
Okay.
They've actually been in office ever since I've been working at the company, UPS.
How long has that been?
About 20 years.
Wow. Okay.
So, you know, and last term we ran against them. Lost by 37 votes.
Well, that means you were really close and that you'll do it next time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, and a lot of things that we didn't do last time, we're doing this time.
We learned, yeah.
Because for one of the things that we did, we changed our bylaws here to make, like you said, transparency.
I saw that. I read an article about that.
We have no transparency here at all, up until now.
Yeah. Congratulations.
I appreciate that. So I'm hoping that people see that.
Yeah.
And, you know, say, like, these guys are trying to do the right thing.
Yeah.
Just like they saw that in you. Yeah. I'm hoping they see that because generational change.
Absolutely.
Change is necessary.
Yeah.
You just can't keep going down the same road over and over and over and over again and expect things to get better.
Right.
It's not going to happen.
Right.
It's not going to happen. Not saying that, you know, Ms. Blackwell is a bad person or
absolutely not. Yeah.
Or people here in the office are bad people. It's just that things need to change.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, what's your take on that?
Well, I agree with you. I read, in coming here, I was doing a little background reading, and I read an article about how you led the charge to change the bylaws, and you got the rank and file to be sort of represented in the negotiations. I think that's wonderful. I think we should be, you know, we should be trying to put power in the hands of the people.
Exactly.
And we do always have to make sure that we have fresh perspectives and fresh ideas and represented in our leadership.
I agree.
So I'm all for that.
I agree.
Yeah.
So another thing is, I think our members need to see is that, you know, I always say this, I'm not a politician. I don't like politics, but I do understand that you do have to have a relationship with the people in the government if you want things to get done.
Absolutely.
And I think labor needs to really pick the right people to make sure that the interests of the member is, you know, well represented.
Yes, absolutely.
So, you know, what are your takes on labor in the city?
Well, I absolutely believe in unions, in having strong unions, because I think that creates the best situation for our workers in terms of fair wages, fair benefits, and just having a good quality of life for the people who are really just upholding our economy. So definitely support unions.
That's good to hear.
Yeah.
That's really good to hear because, you know, sometimes I think union, especially Teamsters, they jump the gun on picking certain candidates, and this, that, and the other, and they tell the members, hey, we need you to vote for this person. Like, I got a paper from the guy that handles our, I guess, political action committee.
Yeah.
And he gave us a paper who we should be voting for.
Yeah.
Your name wasn't on there.
Yes.
And I'm like, come on, man. We talk about you want people to participate, you want the younger generation, this, that, and the other. Why not give some other people a chance? Because I think a couple other people, young people, won this time. Isaiah Thomas.
Yeah.
And he's like, what, 34 or something?
I think he's like somewhere around there.
Yeah, so I'm like, man, this is a good time.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a good time.
Yeah.
It's an exciting time.
Yeah.
For people to get involved in what's going on.
Yeah, and Kathy Gilmore as well.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So now you don't have any challenger in November, right?
I don't have a Republican challenger, and there has been no independent candidate who's declared as of yet. So as of now, I'm unopposed.
Okay, cool. So we might always call you Councilwoman Jamie.
Well, you want to jump the gun. I'm the Democratic nominee, and likely to be the councilwoman.
So that vote is in November the 5th?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay, now our vote count, now check this out. Our vote count here for our local is November the 4th. So hopefully, when I can send you a message, hey, listen, you win tomorrow and I won today. So hopefully that we could do that. So that would be good. So but I'm glad you came out of here because, like I said, a lot of members, they live out in your district. They, a lot of them are, they've been with, Miss Jamie, long time.
Mm-hmm. And I understand.
You know what I mean? And I was reading some of the comments that people were saying, oh man, I don't know this, and I don't know that person, this, that, and the other.
Yeah.
But a lot of people's like, listen, man, things needed to change. And I saw somebody said, when somebody's in office that long, they call them a dynasty, and they almost become anti-democratic. I was like, wow.
Yeah.
But I can understand because if somebody's in the office that long, they almost feel like they're old that position, and it almost becomes like a a dictatorship, somewhat. They feel like, hey, do it my way. I've been here this long. It's got to be done this way. And I think when you're in that office that long, you do get complacent and comfortable.
Yeah.
You forget, hey, it's about the people. And did you see that?
I think in general, our city is one of the only big cities where we don't have competitive elections really at the neighborhood level.
Right.
So we're one of the only big cities where we have our city council members serving for upwards of 30 years, 40 years, right?
Yeah.
I don't think that's a good thing for our neighborhoods. In my personal opinion, I think we have to have new ideas, new fresh perspectives. I think that there are so many talented young people in the city who we should be encouraging to step up to lead.
I agree.
And so I am a proponent of having competitive elections. I think we should be developing young people and encouraging them to run for office. And I think that would be a much better thing for our city.
I agree. And you know what? I'm gonna get in trouble for this.
Yeah.
But I think in the Teamsters leadership, there does need to be like term limits.
Yeah.
There has to be. Because, when you're in office 20 years, 25 years, 30 years, you don't have the same drive that you used to have. You know what I mean? And then the company, they kind of take advantage of you because you may have some relationships you built with certain people from the company. And they may feel like, hey, man, do this for me and this, that. You start making deals and all this other kind that don't benefit the member. And I think there does need to be some type of limits on how long, especially in the Teamsters. I think there does need to be some type of limit on how long you stay in office because especially when you don't help, like you said, help bring up the other people behind you.
Yeah, absolutely.
When you don't do that, you do need to go.
I believe in term limits as well. I think we have term limits for our mayor.
Right.
I think it makes a lot of sense for us to have term limits for city council as well.
Right.
Yeah.
I agree because you can't stay in office forever. They have the same drive when you first started. Now some people will, but I think you got to have the right people behind you as well, though, to keep pushing you.
Absolutely.
I think if you have a good team, I think you'll be right. So, you know, like you got a great campaign manager over there.
Trevor did a fantastic job.
Yeah. He called him, reached out to him, and we was talking about it, told him I wanted you to come.
Yeah.
He was all for it, and I appreciate you.
Yeah.
Giving, you know, us the opportunity, especially for our members that, you know, that live in your district that may not know you.
Yeah.
Give them opportunity to, hey, you know, this is what you're gonna, you know, plan on doing. This is what, you know, you hope that you can reach out to them. So I'm hoping you guys, when I see you tonight, you know, you'll say, hey, you know, you saw the show, and you know what, you know, your new councilwoman will be and what she was going to do. So we're gonna go ahead and claim it. We're not gonna wait, you know, and wait till November. We're gonna go ahead and claim it.
About it. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So because what you did, it was already a victory anyway. By you running was a victory in itself.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people don't have the courage.
Yeah.
They don't have the courage, especially going up against somebody who's been in office that long.
Yeah.
Because when I first ran in 2016, and the guy, my number 2 guy, he'll tell you, I was nervous.
Yeah.
Because the guy, his name was George Ruggieri.
Okay.
He was the icon.
Okay.
Oh my goodness. You know. But some things was going on that had nothing to do with him being the icon. Yeah. Had nothing to do with him being the name recognition that was not right.
Yeah. Is this the election where you came within 37 votes? I mean, that's pretty fantastic.
Yeah, I know, man. But man, you know, and I look back at it, and I'm kind of glad that we didn't win, because you know we wasn't fully prepared already.
Okay.
Now we are.
Yeah.
You know, it'd be one thing to get in office and you're not ready.
Yes.
It's one thing to win, but what you're going to do after you won.
Yeah. So now you got it.
Now we're ready now.
Yeah.
I know what to do. I know, you know, some things happened over the last few years that opened up my eyes to a lot more information was given to me, a lot more educational tools that I was able to get and study and learn about certain things. You know what I mean? You know, because, you know, our incumbents now, the biggest thing they say now is experience. They can't talk about our work. They can't talk about how we fight the company. They can't talk about how we don't stand up to the, you know, for the members. Now their biggest thing is experience.
Okay.
And they're going to try to use that. You know what I mean? So,
but if you've been building sort of this grassroots effort, there's no better experience than that.
I know.
So
and plus, I've been a steward, a shop steward, over half my career.
Okay.
So I've been fighting for people, you know, over half the time I've been working.
Yeah.
But they're not going to.
Well, that's the experience.
Exactly. So. I know that. They know that. But they're going to try to make it seem like, you know, that's not enough. But anything else you want to talk about? Tell the members of what you got coming up, planning for. Maybe people can come out to a rally that you may be having or something you got going on.
Well, we're still sort of in planning mode.
Okay.
Because we're a week out, you know, from the election.
Right.
So we're still in planning mode. I'm going to be planning, you know, events. I'm spending the next 7 months trying to build as many relationships as I can. I would love the opportunity to build relationships with some of the members of the union.
Exactly.
If there's a meeting I could come to, or if we want to plan a meet and greet out in West Philly. I just really look forward to making those connections.
I think that would be good. You know, plan a meeting out in West Philly. I think that would be really, really good. So let me know. I'll get the word out. We'll hit the gates with the information. We'll tell the people on our show, on our social media, everywhere. We'll be in the buildings telling people. So just let me know.
Yeah, and I guess I'll also give my email in case anybody wants to reach out to me.
Okay.
If anybody wants to reach out, and if you have any questions for me, you can reach me at info@jamieforwestphilly.com. That's info@JamieForWestPhilly.com.
Sounds good. So, how much time you got left?
Here?
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. Cool. So we're going to go ahead and pause for a station break. And you're listening to WOOM 92.9, South Philadelphia Community Radio. We got the very special guest here, the next councilwoman for the 3rd District in Philadelphia. So we'll be right back.
Just keep recording.
Okay. Ooh, I'm gonna take this hoodie off. I'm burning up over here. Ooh, Lord.
No problem. Hi, thank you for coming. My name's Chris Randolph. I run the station. I was sticking around mainly to help him with any technical stuff.
Oh, cool. Yeah. Do a lot of shows operate out of here?
Yeah, it's some of theirs is live. Some people send things in.
Okay.
It's a mixed bag.
Cool.
This is I'm not a member of the church here. It's a largely immigrant congregation. It's Indonesian Mennonites,
Yeah.
The old cliche Indonesian Mennonites.
Okay.
And, but yeah, congratulations
Thank
for that
you.
first off, and thank you for coming by.
Absolutely.
We did a bunch of, we did a lot of interviews with at-large candidates. Not a single one of them won. So.
Yeah, well, it's interesting watching because there were a lot of great candidates, but I think what we learned was that if you're running at large, having the support of the party is really important.
Yeah.
I mean, working hard too, but also it was the candidates who worked hard and had the support of the party.
Sure. Yeah. I was going to ask. It's your interview. I mean, do whatever you want, but I'm just wondering, you're Teamsters and all. You might want to ask about the secretary.
Oh, cool with that? Because I know the mayor.
Sure, you can ask me. I hope people like
that. You might want to. I mean, it's kind of an issue for you guys.
Yeah, it is, man.
I mean, maybe not your UPS guy so much, but your union.
And you guys are against the tax.
Yeah, because it costs. Yeah, I know. That's why I didn't want to talk about it.
Right.
Because
I mean, you do what you want. I just thought I'd throw it out there because you're just,
we could,
it's a
we
Teamster
can't.
show.
We can't. Yeah. I guess it got to be some type of conflict. Something.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
All right.
I mean, it's your show.
Yeah. I'll do that. Yeah, I'll do that. Yeah. So, because some of the teachers that we do rallies with, he was telling me, hey, it helped the education.
Yeah.
And I get that.
Yeah.
But here we go. Woohoo! We're back. Welcome to another live edition of the 623 Lives Matter radio show. You're listening to your host, Richard Hooker Jr. from Local 623. This is South Philadelphia Community Radio. Hey, don't forget, go to the website and make sure you sbcr.org and hit the donate button. This is not free. It costs. We're not like one of those big radio stations where, they get all kind of financial assistance from everywhere, but we don't. We're just something that we do here. So any little bit helps. So now we gotta, I guess, put the gloves off a little bit. Everybody knows the soda tax and what it did to one of our local Teamster barns here, Local 830. It caused a lot of people to lose jobs because that local is in the brewery, soda, beverage industry, and they depend on that industry to put food on the table. Now, I know it's a big issue for, City Hall. The mayor, he now, from what I can remember, he said, hey, I'm not going to do this. We actually, when we was at the 2016 convention out in Las Vegas, the Teamster convention, we actually had a resolution that, that we wouldn't support it, and hopefully that, the mayor wouldn't support it either.
Okay.
And he said, oh yeah, I'm not going to do that. But then one of the first things he did when he took office was soda tax. So it was kind of like a double whammy. First you said you weren't going to do it.
Yeah.
Then you did it. Now we have Teamster families losing jobs, losing income. And one of our teachers that we do some work with, community work with, his name is Paul Prescott, and he's the head, the director of the labor organization that he does with DSA and the We Educators. We do a lot of work with them, and we had some words about that. And I understand his point of view because education is very, very, very important. But the flip side is that this is how I look at it. To me, everything starts at home. Mm-hmm. Everything. Before I get to school, I got to leave home first.
Yes. So
if I can't put food on my table for my kids, if I can't provide a home for them to leave to go to school, then that's a problem for me.
Absolutely.
Because if I go to school and I'm hungry, I'm not thinking about what's in the book.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about what's not in my stomach. Mm-hmm. Now before my mother or father lost a job, I didn't have to worry about that. I can go to school, clean clothes. I can worry about what's in the book. But now, I don't know where my next meal coming from. So I'm not worrying about, education at this point. So now I know you're in city council now. So what is your take on this whole soda tax thing?
I've been a supporter of the soda tax, not because, I think a soda tax in and of itself is good, or just think we should put some type of tax on soda. I've been a supporter because I think that the proceeds of the soda tax are going towards some really worthy and critical things for our neighborhood. So I think universal pre-K is really important. It's been shown to help kids as they move on later in life. I think community schools that can give resources to students and their families are very important. I think the renovation at a large scale of our parks and recreation centers and libraries, some of these places are crumbling, and they're the only safe spaces that kids can access in their neighborhoods. So I think all of those things are really valuable and critical for our neighborhoods and our kids, and that's why I've been a supporter. I would like to learn more about how it's impacted your members. I do think that's something that we have to put some attention to. Right,
because I think now I don't want to badmouth the mayor.
Yeah.
But he knows, because like I said, he was opposed to it. He gave the Teamsters his word. Hey, listen, I'm not going to do it.
Okay.
Then he does it.
Okay.
That's why I don't know if you noticed, the Teamsters didn't come out supportive endorse any person for mayor.
Right. Yeah.
Normally they come out and say we're gonna support, even if the candidate loses. They always come out and endorsement of somebody.
Yeah.
This is the first year that I've ever known them not to endorse anybody for mayor.
Yeah.
And a lot of it's because of what he did with the whole soda tax thing. He said he wasn't going to do it, then he did it, and then a lot of people lost jobs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I get it. Trust me, I do. And like I said, I was talking to my buddy, that one of the teachers, and I get all that, because he was telling me, how the school he works in is crumbling and all these types of things. And he says he sees finances going to try to help his students there, and this, that, and the other, and all this. And I get all that, but there has to be something that that I guess down the middle that everybody could benefit from. The brothers and sisters can keep their jobs, and the students can get the funding they need, the renovations they need, and I get all that. But right now, it's not happening.
Yeah,
it's not happening. So hopefully they revisit that, and like you said, come up with something else.
Right.
I don't know what like I said, I'm not into politics, so I don't know. But hopefully, because I would hate, when you talk to people who've been working 15, 20 years, and all of a sudden they got a pink slip.
Yeah.
That's bad.
Yeah.
That's real bad, because now you got to go home to your wife or your husband, your kids. Hey, babe, I don't have a job. And they be like, why? What happened? Well, the soda tax was. I thought he said he wasn't going to do that. Well, then that creates a lot of animosity in the home.
Right. Yeah.
And
absolutely.
Like I said, everything starts at the home. Everything. Before you go to your job, before you go to school, before you go to church, you got to leave home first. Everything starts at home.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens. I'm hoping they come to some type of agreement where everybody will benefit. The kids and the Teamsters from local 830 can get some type of recruit. Some people can go back to work, or whatever the case may be, because like I said, labor and city government, international government, whatever the case may be, we do have to work together, because you see it all over the country.
Yeah.
The teachers, man, they striking all everywhere. We just had this whole thing with the government shut down and all this other kind of stuff, and how the airport workers and everybody, they stuck together, and all that whole situation with that happened. My wife, she's sitting over there. She doesn't like the fact that I don't talk about Trump.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not into it, man.
Okay.
To me, Trump is what America has always been.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So, and plus people don't vote.
Well, I'm hopeful that 2016 showed people that it's really important to vote, and that their vote absolutely matters.
I agree. People need to vote. People, for some reason, just don't vote. Like here in our international contracts and stuff.
Okay. I
will say this. The IBT, the International Brotherhood of Teamsters, they actually did everything they could to get people to vote.
Okay.
You could call in, say yes or no to the contract.
That's great.
They send it to you. You could go on the computer.
Yeah.
Say yes or no, and people.
So it's very easy.
Easy, the easiest it's ever been, and people still didn't vote.
Wow.
They didn't vote. Yeah. Now, when you at work, everybody on their phone.
Yeah.
They could have voted while I was on their phone.
Yeah.
They still didn't vote.
Wow.
Now what happened afterwards wasn't right. They still gave us the contract that we didn't want because more people said no than yes, but they still.
I read that, yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm. But the thing about it is, if we would have voted, we wouldn't have to worry about it.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping. Now, when you ran,
yes.
Were you worried about people not voting?
Well, so what we were doing, we were going door to door, we were talking to folks, and we were kind of identifying where we had support in the community.
Okay.
And those were the people that we were trying to turn out. So I was worried about people who were supporting me not coming out. Got you. But as it turned out, we actually got a lot of folks who were supportive of me and the campaign to come out. And we had a very good outcome on Election Day. Yeah.
Now, this brother you see right here, he's a trustee.
Hello.
And I would Jumbo Nathan Downs. It's funny because when we ran in 2016, we was able to get him a seat on that board. Okay. That never happened before. Now Jumbo, since you're here, man, you can tell us more about what's going on with that whole pension thing when you was out in the convention.
All right. Well, Central State Pension Fund, if they don't. Yeah, if they don't do something to fix it by 2029, it'll be broke. And Western PA, they trying to cut across the board 30%. Across the board. So what happened is pension funds everywhere is in trouble, and Local 623 is in 74%. That's in danger, right? So for years, every time somebody came up to me and said, "Jump, what's up with the pension fund?" I said, "We're in trouble. We're in trouble." So now they're saying we need $6 million. $6 million is like $60 a pension fund. So now the question is, everybody voted yes. They coming up to me and say, "Jump, what was the $6 million for?" So Shanahan, what was the $6 million for? I mean, what was it for? They won't answer the question.
So I'm gonna sit over here. I'm gonna stand right here. So when he said Shanahan is our principal officer.
Okay, I see.
So what happened was he told us that if we didn't vote yes the first time on our contract, that the company was going to take part of our contractual raise and put it toward the pension shortfall. Okay. But the problem is, no one knew why there was a shortfall. Okay. There was no paperwork. Yeah. There was just, hey, do this or else. Okay. Now, to me, that's not leadership.
That doesn't seem right. Yeah.
If there's a problem, I'm not saying there's not a problem, then show me so we
should understand what happens. Exactly. Yeah. It's your asset.
Exactly. Yeah. That's one of the reasons why we came up with the bylaw amendment, because we wanted people to understand, hey, listen, everything that goes on in negotiations, you have a right to know. Yeah. Because you pay for it.
Absolutely.
Every week. Yeah. So, and plus what they was doing to my man right here, all summer, they made it about him. Okay. About him voting yeah, or did he vote no? And that's not what we came down there to hear. We want to know how we going to take care of our families for the next 5 years of this contract. They made it all about this brother right here.
Oh, that's a shame.
All about him.
Yeah, the one month they said 6 out of 7 voted yes. Right. And then when he got beat up, the next month he came back, he said 7 out of 7 voted yes.
So, and those are the issues that plague our local daily. We don't know anything. Yeah. But they take our money every week. Yeah. Every week. Yeah. So now I know you. Do you know anything about pension funds, anything like that, or because I know you said you did a lot of things with financial planning and anything like that.
I was an accountant. Okay. So I mean, but I understand how pension funds work. Right. I need to get more experience with respect to the pension funds for Philadelphia and our situation, which is also is struggling. It's been struggling for a while.
Get out of here. Well, like you said, pensions is just struggling everywhere.
Yeah.
Just everywhere. Okay, so like Jumbo, she was saying that before you got here, that later on, because a lot of our members live in her district, and a lot of our drivers, they deliver in her district, because the largest center, package car center in our local, is the Southwest Center from Morgan Avenue. So sometime in the near future, after everything goes through and settle, we're gonna work together and bring all our members out, let them come on out so they can hear her message.
That would be great.
And see what's going on, because a lot of our members, they don't, like I said, they don't know her. All they know is Miss Blackwell.
Right. I want to say congratulations.
I
got a question for her.
Sure.
So what happened, I think between 800, maybe 850 Teamsters, 107, I think it's 676, they lost their job because the
we just talked about that. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, I think I have this.
Yeah.
I have been a supporter of the soda tax. I think that the items supported by the tax, from universal pre-K to community schools, to the renovation of upwards of 200 parks and recreation centers and libraries, are really important things for our neighborhoods. That's why I've been in support. I would like to learn more about the impact that that's had on your union, and think about the ways that we as a city could help to minimize that impact. But I also believe in what the tax is supporting at the end of the day.
Okay, but now they tell me it's a surplus. They tell me it's a surplus of 300-something million. Not only that, plus they saying all the money for the soda tax is not being used for what it's supposed to be used for.
Well, from my understanding, and this is something that I'll be able to get more information on as a member of council once I start in January.
Right.
From my understanding, there has been slow spending on the proceeds of the soda tax because the tax was challenged by the Beverage Association for about a year and a half, and they took it all the way up to the state Supreme Court. And so, from what I understand, the administration was kind of holding on to the money because they didn't know if the tax was going to be legal based on the court ruling.
Right.
But now they're catching up in spending. So now you see rebuild projects happening. So in the 3rd District, for example, there's going to be a $17 million rebuild project around the King Sessing Library and Recreation Center. That's really needed, for the district.
So y'all hear that? All our members that live out in that area, King Sesson. So there's getting ready to be some good upkeep over there. So y'all be on the lookout.
So what you saying is you're going to look into it. So if you look into it, maybe we can change it?
I would support changing it if the money was not being used for what it's supposed to be used for, and if there was another alternative to support, those very worthy and critical initiatives for our neighborhoods, pre-K, community schools, and the rebuilding of our parks, recreation centers, and libraries. We have to find a way to do that.
Okay, because I'm going to go back to the surplus, the 300-something million surplus. It seems like, they can back off of it, ease up on it, because now I got 2 nieces, two twin nieces, 6, and nephew, 8, and 1, 12. And they come over all the time. So I just went to the county to get sodas. I bought like 50 sodas because in the city it's almost $3 versus out in the county I paid $1.
I think some people are going to make those calculations and buy their soda elsewhere. I think the administration probably accounted for some of that drop off in their numbers, in their projections. Yeah.
Because it's affecting businesses too.
Yeah.
I mean, so.
But I do think, I'm open to looking at it. 1, if the money is not being allocated appropriately, and 2, if we can find some other source to fund those activities within our neighborhoods.
Okay.
All right. Well, we're going to pause again. We get ready to go to the 10 o'clock hour. We're going to give another station identification. This is WOOM 92.9. South Philadelphia Community Radio, giving you another live edition of the 623 Live Matter Show. We got the next councilwoman for the 3rd District, our special guest, Councilwoman Jamie I want to say your last name right. I don't want to mess
Gauthier.
it up. Gauthier.
Yeah.
All right, cool. All right, so we'll be right back in a moment.
Yeah, that soda tax is very important because we have a joint council president that runs the state, and it's local, it's one of the biggest locals, right? But he don't back us. But we still fighting for his members and everything. Where they lost their job, they lost like over 800 some jobs. And what happened is managers got demoted to drivers now. And they laid everybody else off. And some of the drivers now they stock in the stores and stuff like that. So that soda tax really hit the Teamsters hard.
I'm sorry to hear that. I wasn't aware of that.
Well, not probably not just Teamsters, everybody, but especially Teamsters.
Okay.
It's the song, but there might be a couple afterwards if you just let those.
Oh, yeah, I see it. Okay, I see it.
So there's a general election in November, but as of now I'm unopposed, so it'll probably be pretty easy to sail through it. And then, yes, I would be inaugurated in January.
Yeah, I heard you knock on 1,000 doors.
I knock on more than 1,000 doors, yes.
Okay, because my man, he used to be a war leader up there.
Who's that?
Abdul, I can't think of his last name. Abdul, he used to be a war leader. And what happened is he did some stuff, and they got him out. So he's still, I think he was at the polls, yeah, he got a tutor at the polls. So he's really Abdul, I can't think of his last name. Yeah, but he's really into it. He was telling me some of the stuff, right? And he would say he'd be glad to hear because stuff in fiction.
Okay, all right, yeah. Well, I'm excited. I look forward to coming to do and to like working with everybody.
Of course, he has a clinic on 52nd Street, right?
Oh yeah.
And
52nd and what?
52nd between 52nd and Gerard.
Okay.
The next street over.
Okay. And
he got a clinic.
He's still a committee person. He's a committee person.
I don't know if he's a committee person. I know he was the ward leader. But I think he is still a committee. But what happened is he the one to go out and get people to be at the poll.
He's a committee person. Yeah. Okay. Well, then I'll be meeting him.
Well, I try to talk to him and get him running. He's pretty sharp. He's sharp. Yeah. He got a couple of degrees, right? I think one in education or something. He's real sharp. He works at a UPS part-time, right? And he knows Jamie very well.
Okay.
And he said she lost because she wasn't willing to accept change.
Oh yeah, and she also
got complacent.
In campaign.
That's what he said. Yeah, he was talking to me, telling me a lot of things. Like he grew up with Shaka. Who was he? He grew up with Shaka. A couple guys. He knows Shaka very well. And he was telling me about this and that, right? Because I didn't know a lot about that. But I know what you call him. I know Jamie husband. I know her pretty well.
Okay.
Longshoreman. I grew up there. Longshoreman.
It's okay. You probably got about.
Okay.
So I'm all about waterfront. And then
okay.
Oh yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, if you wanted to touch,
I got you.
It's
how long you lived in West Philly?
Really terrible.
I've lived in West Philly my whole. Well, I was born in Kingsessing, and then when I was like 10, we moved to Winfield, and then I came back to the 3rd district probably like 10 years ago. So some part of West Philly my whole life.
Oh well, a real good friend of mine who had a restaurant up there, Big George. You know Big George?
Oh, I don't know him, but I know that restaurant.
Yeah. I mean, he what you call him? We were gonna do some business. We were gonna business.
All right. We're back. We're back.
It didn't work out.
Hope everybody's enjoying the show. We got a trustee now, and the next councilwoman. So councilwoman, I'm gonna start calling you councilwoman from now on. We're gonna claim it. So now, moving forward, like you take office in January, right?
Yeah.
What's going to be your first thing that you want to do?
Yeah, so my first thing I want to do is really do something to ensure that housing is more affordable in the district. When I was going around and I was talking to residents, one of the, some of the biggest things I heard from residents were around the way that our housing prices are rising, the way that property taxes are rising, the way that rents are rising. People are scared. They're scared that they're going to be pushed out of their neighborhood, and a lot of folks have been pushed out. And so I think think we really have to do something to change that condition. So, one, I think we have to look at the way that we're assessing property taxes to make sure that people's assessments aren't going up on an annual basis, and to make sure that assessments are uniform and fair. I think we should expand resources for people who are struggling to pay their property taxes. I think we should have more resources for homeowners that need to make critical repairs so that they can stay in their homes and keep their homes in good repair. And I think we need more protections for renters to fight against unfair eviction. So those are all things that I want to dig into right away to make sure that the 3rd District remains a place where everyone can afford to live.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I know, when I first moved to Philly, because I'm from the South, I'm from North Carolina.
Okay.
When I first moved up here, I used to live, I used to live in West Philly, on North 51st Street near Haverford.
Great.
I used to live out there. So I used to always, and the reason why I wanted to come over there, because then when I was growing up, I used to see the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air show. He was from West Philly,
yes.
Born and raised, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, his mom worked at my middle school.
Get out of here.
Yeah, his mom was a secretary at Bieber.
Okay,
yeah.
Okay, because my cousin, he went to Overbrook.
Okay, yeah.
You know, a lot of people, they always, Overbrook, it's, they got like a game every Thanksgiving between Overbrook and West Philly or something.
Okay.
And they always talk about that game, and so but it was good to have you on the show.
Yeah, it was good to be on the show.
And I hope that we can continue to do stuff like this and work together, because I definitely want our members to see that get to know you.
Yeah,
because a lot of our members live out there, and all they know is Miss Blackwell.
Yeah.
And I wanted to say, hey, listen, you got to give change a chance.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what we're trying to do in our local.
Yeah.
You got to give change a chance.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
You have to. You just can't keep going down the same road and think it's going to get better.
Yeah.
You got to give change a chance, and like that what we talked about earlier, generational change.
Yeah.
Man, that every time I say that, I just feel like running around something, because that's what we need.
Yeah.
You just can't let same thing happen over and over again.
Right.
A lot of I don't want to say older people, but a lot of the old guard mentality.
Yeah.
Of this is the way it's always been. We're gonna keep doing it. It's not gonna work.
Yeah.
America is changing. The city council is changing. Unions are changing. And it needs to be more change, because even in our higher, international level, as far as leadership, there's only one woman that sits on the board. It's 28 seats.
Yeah, and what happened is one woman. We had one Afro-American man.
Right.
He got fired.
One?
Yeah, right. One.
He was high, pretty high up.
Yeah. So
whenever Obama came to Ohio for labor,
yeah,
he would meet Obama at the airport, take him all over.
Wow.
He was pretty high up.
Yeah, we still just have one. Once they got rid of that guy, they just bring another one in. Just one.
Okay.
Just one. It's just one.
So we get one slot.
That's all we get. And one woman.
Right.
And they try to get rid of her.
Wow.
And that's what we're fighting against. We're fighting against that old mentality.
Right.
Hey, listen, this is how we're going to do it. This is how we're going to do it. If you don't like it, they treat me and my brother here like outcasts. Like we're troublemakers. They definitely him. He's on the board.
I'm on the board, and I couldn't tell you nothing was going on.
That's awful.
It's okay though.
But the people voted for him to be there.
Absolutely.
But now the people are upset. People saying they're upset. We saying don't be upset.
Vote.
Got to vote.
Yeah.
Come October, if you're upset,
like
what
Obama
happened?
said, right?
Gotta
Don't
vote.
Right. And that's what we keep telling our people.
Yeah.
We at the gates constantly. They're telling us, hey, things got to change. Hook. We can't keep going down this road. But we heard that in 2016 as well.
Yeah.
We heard that.
Yeah.
So now the message is, okay, we heard it. Now what you going to do about it?
Yeah.
What you going to do about it? Yeah, you tired of stuff that was going on in the city council in the 3rd district? They voted.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, and that's the same message we're trying to get you guys to understand. Listen, same thing can happen here. You guys are tired of what's going on in the union. You got to vote for it. Plain and simple. Here's a direct personification of what happens when people vote. You can't get more clear than you.
Yeah.
You can't. And I'm glad you came. And like I said, I hope we continue to do this because this is what people need to see.
Yeah.
City government, labor, working together.
Absolutely.
Like you said earlier, it's blue collar workers, middle class is the backbone of society.
Yeah.
Good paying jobs, union jobs.
Yeah.
It's the backbone. So I'm hoping people pay attention So anything else you got? Anything else you want to say to the people?
I'm really excited to be here and would look forward to having even more engagement with your members. Yeah, we absolutely look forward to that.
Well, any time you get ready, you got my information. You know, Trevor got my information. You'll reach out. We'll set something up because, like I said, in about 2 or 3 months, we're really going to be out there with the carpenters, the steel workers, the Poor People's Economic Human Rights Campaign, community activists, community leaders, because the teachers, we're going to be out everywhere trying to get people to let them know, our members know, that they got to vote.
That's great.
So if you want to be a part of that, let us know. Cause I know you're going to be kind of busy.
Yeah.
We're going to be at the gates, right in the back, in your backyard, out in Tinicum. Sounds right.
Okay.
You know, the airport right outside your district.
Okay.
So we're going to be out there, you know, stopping, blowing the horn, yelling, screaming.
So I got a question because me and Abe was going over that this morning.
Okay.
Tinicum, does that fall under you?
I don't believe that area is a part of the district. Yeah.
But I know it's right outside though.
Or is it what you call it?
I think that's Kenyatta.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. All right. Yeah, because we really got to send a message to these guys, the company and our officials, that, you know, we got to have change. We got to have change. Because if not, same thing will keep happening.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's going to be a rough election. It's going to be close. It was close last time.
Yeah,
It's my fourth.
Votes.
It was my fourth time running. 2013, I lost by 6 votes.
Okay.
So this is going to be close. It's going to be close because some people are scared of change, and that's what it is. Basically, it is, right?
Yeah.
Because I go up to people, vote for her. I ain't voting for him. Well, why you ain't gonna vote for him? Because what?
Right.
Well, I mean, you know, why? They
Right.
can't give me no reason.
Right.
It's like people say, well, you voting for Jumbo? I ain't voting for Jumbo. Why? Because what?
Yeah.
Right. We actually had, I don't know if you saw this, we actually, about 2-3 weeks ago, we actually had a member who still supports our incumbents.
Okay.
We had him come on the show, and we asked him, hey, you know, why do these guys deserve another chance? Couldn't answer it.
Okay.
Couldn't answer it. We told him, because everybody sees what we've been doing over the last few years.
Right.
The bylaw amendment. We got these committees that we plan on coming in, you know,
That's
if we
great.
get elected, you know, to repair that relationship between leadership and the member.
Yeah.
We got all these things that we plan on doing, and we put that out there and people see it. And we ask them, why do you guys believe that they deserve another chance? Nobody can tell us.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that doesn't necessarily mean they're going to translate on the ballot, though.
Well, maybe. It sounds like you guys are building a very strong operation and that you're challenging people to think about change, right? As opposed to the status quo. So,
yeah, I'm hoping that, you know, that they put their frustrations on paper.
Yeah.
That's the key.
Now we lost in 2016. We've been out there since 2016.
Yeah.
We've been out there.
We've been out there
since 2016.
Non-stop.
Yeah, because the drivers come out and they say, "Yo, them guys, they ain't going nowhere. They still here."
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean? They say, "Yo, we might have to give them a shot."
Yeah.
We'll see.
That's great.
We'll see.
I wish you lots of luck.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see, because like I said, now our vote count is the day before when you take
November 4th.
Right. It's the day before when you officially are, you know, officially the councilwoman.
Yeah.
So our victory and your victory, we're gonna have to link up and do something.
That'd be great.
You know, Trevor, you're gonna have to make it happen, Trevor. I mean, we're gonna
Trevor's going to his next job.
Oh man. His next job. That's good though.
Yeah.
So listen, I'm gonna give you some time to get comfortable. I'm gonna come see you about the solar tax.
Okay.
Because
I would like to talk more.
Okay, because what happened is our joint council president Hamilton is weak.
Yeah.
See, they know I called the way. They don't like me because I called the way it is. He's weak. We call him. We don't even call him no more. When we don't call him no more, we take care of what we got to take care of. It's a waste call.
Yeah. We got a lot of problems, you know, in our union. Just the overall outlook, because they don't want to change.
Okay.
They want to keep things the same, and you know, it's become a turnoff for the members because they don't even want to vote.
Yeah.
They don't even want to participate.
They get apathetic, right?
They don't care. See what happened is they don't want to educate the members.
Exactly.
Okay.
And if you ask them a question, just like the question was, they asked the principal officer, "What's going on with the case in Chicago, UPS?" He said, "I don't know." How could you not say that? You're the principal officer, and you say you don't know? And this is something serious going on in Chicago.
Yeah.
He stood up and said, "I don't know."
Right.
And everybody like, you know, really?
Yeah, well, it's to their benefit that folks are kind of complacent. So
they want that. They don't want to educate the members. We do a lot of that. We let them know everything that goes down. That's great. Everything. That's fantastic. No matter if it's good for us or bad for us, we let them know so you can make your own choice, your own decision. Yeah. Now, for our bylaw amendment, what we did, we gave the members something. We organized something around what they wanted. Everybody wants transparency, like you spoke about.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
No one comes to our meetings. You may on a good meeting, you may get about 20, 25 people.
Right. Okay.
But now on this meeting, the bylaw amendment meeting, standing room only.
Wow.
And you should have seen the look on our leadership face. They knew that they had a problem because, like you said, they don't want nobody to come.
Right.
They don't want nobody to ask questions. Like me, myself, and our brother over there, Espo. We do most of the talking in the meeting. We ask questions, and they get all upset, and oh man, the meeting's adjourned. People getting all, but that's what they want.
Right.
But it just can't be me, Jumbo, and Espo. It's got to be everybody.
Exactly.
That's the only way we want to win.
So. Yeah, because we just had a problem with 45 jobs.
Okay.
And if you're going to run a union, you got to represent everybody. And we stated what was right. And we had guys come up there talking about jump. You got 45 people not voting for you. I'm not voting for you. So listen, we run a union, 4,400 members. We got to represent everybody.
Okay.
You know what I mean? What's fair is fair. I mean, across the board. Oh, jump. Listen, we got to represent everybody. So then one guy, he still said, jump, I ain't voting for you. I said, listen, you don't have to vote for me as long as you talk to me. Right. He never used to talk to me.
Me either.
He talk to us now.
And that's the thing about it. I'm like, yo, I do see the change just in, the social aspect of the job.
Yeah.
Because,
everybody talks to us now. Right. A lot of people didn't talk to us.
Now,
everybody talks to us.
So, got people, we've been knowing this guy for 20 years, never looked at me, went the other way.
Yeah.
Now we hold conversation. He called me after one meeting 2 or 3 times. I couldn't believe it.
And he still say you ain't give him a shirt. Every time I see him, he say, where's shirt?
Yeah, so, but those things that I think we need to focus on because that's how you win, especially against a company like UPS.
Yeah.
It just can't be about, the contract. It's got to be having a personal relationship with your members because they paying you.
Yeah.
Every single week they pay us. But they're not us, but the people in the office, but they,
you always say it's us because what happened is when we come out the gate, we come out the gate, like this morning, Jumbo, where my retro check at?
Yeah.
Hooker, where my retro check at?
Yeah.
Why are you asking us?
Mm-hmm. Well, that means they trust you. They trust you and they see you as leaders, so that's great.
And they be serious.
Because they owe that money since last August.
Wow.
But we still haven't gotten it.
Wow.
And like you said, YRC settled a contract in May, right? They getting their retro check in 30 days. That's how it's supposed to be.
Right.
You're supposed to get your retro check in 30 days. This is almost a year.
Right.
Wow.
We get another raise August, 75 cents, right? So UPS is getting interest on all that money. I think it's $650 million.
Yeah.
We ain't getting nothing.
Right.
Nothing.
Yeah.
It's sad.
Yeah.
That's what we up against.
Yeah.
We up against the people in office, representing the company, and hopefully people will vote. You know what I mean? That's, I'm hoping they vote.
Yeah, well,
Sheesh.
It sounds like you're doing what you need to do.
Yeah. We're trying.
And our White House is called the Marble Palace. We don't get no help.
Okay.
No help from the Marble Palace.
Oh my gosh.
Hoffa's in charge. His father was. His son is in there now.
Yeah.
He's bad. He's bad. He's not for us.
Well, I wish the best for you guys, but it seems like you're building a really strong grassroots effort. And if you came in within 37 votes last time, shoot.
And it was 37 votes, and we didn't even do a million.
Yeah, it's a lot of the stuff that we didn't do. Like, for as campaign raising finances, we didn't do anything.
Okay.
Having a mailer to reach every household in the local, we didn't do that. A lot of things that we just didn't do, and we came that close.
Yeah.
The message was really our biggest weapon. Hey, these guys got to go, and this is why. And we showed people why.
Yeah.
Now, we're actually putting the work in. Now you see what's going to happen if you elect us.
Yeah.
You're going to have transparency. You're going to have the education that you need. Mm-hmm. Because a lot of our issues can be handled on the shop floor before they get up to the hall or whoever.
Yeah.
But our members are not engaged enough to take that fight because they feel that we don't have the backing.
Yeah. Well, I admire what you're doing. I do. Yeah.
And not only that, right? People can't say we sat down with everybody.
Yeah, we did.
We sat down with everybody.
Yep.
We sat down with everybody.
Yeah.
We tried to put one slate. Last time too. This time we sat down. We met with everybody, but everybody want to be the big chief. Everybody want to be a BA. Yeah, I mean it can't be like that.
Right.
You know, so people can't say that we didn't sit down. We sat down with everybody.
We did. Because matter of fact, me and my brother right here,
2013,
we at all, man. No, man. You can't tell me, oh man, jump on, man. What? No. But you know, you got to put your differences aside.
You're a strong team now.
Exactly, and that's what it's about. You know, me fighting him, man, it's not going to work. Him fighting me ain't going to work.
Right.
It's not.
Right.
So we tried that with everybody that opposed us. Let's sit down. Let's talk about it.
Yeah.
We had meetings with them. They wanted us to throw everything away that we built.
Right.
And we can't do that.
And we invited everybody to the radio show.
Exactly.
Ron Bennett, he ran 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
And we invited him to the show.